Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with CarrieVee. I'm CarrieVee, your biggest fan, the person who will believe in you until you can believe in yourself. Coffee and Tea with CarrieVee is all things confidence, clarity, leadership, communication. It is you. It is life. This is all about you. I show up every week because of you. And today we're talking about how small resentments can create big problems. It's like when you have a small sore on your body that gets a little bigger and gets a little bigger, and then you keep ignoring it, thinking it will go away. I walked into a doctor's office once years ago, decades ago, actually, and hanging up, he had a sign and it said, "The most dangerous words in the English language are maybe it will go away. Maybe it will go away." When you ignore little problems, whether it's on your body or whether it is in your car or whether it is in your relationship, when you ignore a small problem, a small resentment, it explodes into a huge problem. That spot on your body becomes skin cancer, or that little lump that you feel becomes a growing tumor, or that knock in your engine becomes a blown head gasket, or that small seemingly insignificant resentment in a relationship blows up because it isn't addressed. And that's what happens when we ignore them. Maybe it will go away. When we ignore them, they turn into huge issues, huge issues. We have to be willing to address the small resentments before they become a huge deal. And that can be hard because it takes a sweaty conversation. It takes the hard conversations. It takes the conversations none of us like to have. But that's what it takes to address these small resentments before they become huge issues. I read once, I don't remember exactly what the quote was, that everything we want is on the other side of this sweaty conversation that we don't want to have. But we have to have the conversation while it's still a small resentment before it explodes into a huge deal. And that can be in a relationship with your significant other, with your children, with a coworker, with your managers, with your bosses, with owners, with people in the checkout line, with people you are driving with, any area of your life, any relationship. A small little resentment becomes a huge problem when it is ignored. Maybe it will go away. It won't. It won't. What will happen is it will keep growing and it will keep growing and it will keep growing and it will keep growing. And something that was of little to no significance was able to grow to something that could destroy, and many times does. It's a slow fade. It starts with that slow resentment and it slowly fades until, like, the relationship slowly fades until it's nothing over a small, insignificant resentment. So, how do we address these resentments? One, don't do it angry. Don't do it angry. Take time to think it through. Two, determine, is this actually the resentment right now, or does it remind me of a past resentment? It may be a combination of the two, but get it clear in your head what you're really addressing. So don't do it angry. Be clear. And then make sure when you do address the resentment that you are saying, hey, really, really appreciate it when you fill in the blank. And I also really, really appreciate it when you fill in the blank. There is something I'd really like to discuss. When can we discuss this? Or do you have a few moments? So you're sandwiching that resentment that you want to talk about in with things that you really do appreciate. Kind of softens the blow a little bit. If you go in angry, that's not going to happen. If you go in angry and you go in like a wrecking ball, you're going to wreck. So address your anger, address the actual issue at hand, and then go in calmly and discuss it, interspersed with things that you really love about that person or that you really appreciate about that person. Make sure that you're having the conversation, though, because those little teeny small resentments can create big, huge, gaping holes that can't ever be fixed. Small resentments are what break up almost every single relationship in the world. We let one small resentment grow, one small resentment grow, one small resentment grow. And pretty soon we have all of these things that are just out to destroy us. Where do you have a small resentment in your life that you are allowing to grow? Can you look back? Can you see them? Can you see one that you're holding on to right now? It's time to address those. It's time to have those hard conversations. All of those resentments you're holding on to are not just affecting your mindset, they are affecting your physical health. They affect your heart health. They affect every organ in your body. It affects your mental health. It affects every piece of you. So have the hard conversations. Deal with those small resentments before they become big issues. And if they become big issues, then deal with the big issues. And make sure that you are dealing with small resentments then as they come. Your journal prompt today is, what small resentments am I holding on to? And when will I deal with them? What small resentments am I holding on to? And when will I deal with them? Give yourself a specific date, and not one that's 3 years from now. This week, give yourself 7 days. Set the date within the next 7 days and start to deal with those small resentments so that you can move on with your relationship in a all new way, a stronger way, and you can start to heal yourself emotionally and physically. This is so important. I love you. I am your biggest fan. And if I can be of any help with you on this journey, let me know. All right. I will see you next week on Coffee and Tea with Carrie V. And honestly, I can't wait. Bye.